everyone, this is Mrs. Reddy again. This PowerPoint is very short. It is about how the government is limited. The Founding Fathers created a political system that based on limited government, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were intended to restrict the powers of the national government. So let's have a look at federalism and how it limits the powers of the national government, especially the president. Federalism divides power between the national and state governments. So that's a definition of federalism. This division of power, in turn, limits the power of the president because he or she doesn't have complete power over the states. The states have their own powers, their own reserve powers. Remember, that is with the 10th Amendment. And the federal government has its powers, and then, of course, they work together with cooperative federalism. But still, it does have a limiting influence on the president. Slide change there. Okay, now let's look at checks and balances and how they limit the power of the president. They do this because other branches of government can check what the executive or president can do, such as the legislative branch can impeach the president. The legislative branch has the power to select a president if there's a tie vote in the Electoral College. The judicial branch can check the executive by declaring acts of the president unconstitutional with judicial review. So checks and balances serve as limits on each of the branches. In this instance, we're talking about the president. Limited government and the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights actually do limit the government, the state government and the federal government. In limiting the powers of the national or federal government, the First Amendment's Establishment Clause prevents the national government from establishing a national religion. The guarantee of a public trial requires that trials be open to the public, which limits the government's ability to violate the rights of citizens. And we will experience that when we go to see trials down at the county courthouse. It's kind of shocking that we can walk right in into the middle of someone's life and a crime that's been committed and sit and watch this, and it's okay. All right, next slide. Limited government, the 14th Amendment, and the states. Right here we're talking about how the 14th Amendment limits the power of state governments. In particular, let's look at the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment, which defines citizenship. It tells us that anyone that is born in the United States or naturalized citizen is protected by all the privileges and immunities that are offered, and that they are also protected by due process of law and the Equal Protection Clause. States must provide citizenship guarantees and protections to all who qualify. Selective incorporation is applying the Bill of Rights to the states, and by applying the Bill of Rights to the states, it limits the states because they are not allowed to deny those protections provided in the Bill of Rights that have been incorporated to the states. So they are limited by the Bill of Rights. The states are now, due to selective incorporation, which means applying the Bill of Rights to the states. Okay, that's it. Thanks for listening.